Greetings everyone, welcome back. This time we are deep within hard mode. And now you may ask, why am I preparing this huge platform above land and sea? There's a very simple answer. It's for a strategy against the twins, which are going to be the first boss in this playthrough. I should say that this strategy also requires a special little item that a lot of you probably do know about, the blessed apple. It gives you a unicorn mount. It makes you go Usain Bolt styles of speed, right? So that is also required, which does mean that I had to farm for it for hours and hours on end, and I probably managed to get it somewhere along the line, but one can only hope, right? So yes, it was also a major problem that the unicorn kind of mainly spawns on grass. And as you can see, I didn't have a lot of grass hollowed. Oh yeah, and it wasn't hollow biome. Because most of it was in the ice biome. Which definitely wasn't annoying, especially later, much later on. We'll get to that one day. But now, let's move on to the boss. And by boss fight, I of course meant the wall of flesh. Duh, what did you think? No, this is only a joke. But I do want to show you just how much stronger we've gone since the beginning of hard mode. It is quite substantial, since by this point in the story I actually can beat the wall of flesh without having to break both my legs, my ankles, and sacrifice one of my arms. So yes, it's really good. The strength increase definitely. And there's also a good showing of my new weapon. The forbidden. I don't know what its name is. I have no idea. I have no clue. None at all. But yes, it is at least good and deals a lot of damage. Anyway now, let's get to the twins, shall we? And so here we are. But why are we already at the end? What the heck? Like, like, come on, mate. Come on. Why? Oh, okay, of course. So yes, I did definitely forget to record this. However, you still do get to see a substantial amount of the strategy, which is just me running across this platform. And as you can see, I did not get the unicorn mount. Instead, I opted for this demonic horse thing, which you get from the wall of flesh in hard mode. So yes, and it also drops much more often than a unicorn. It's just a better mount to get overall. But yes, as you can see, the strategy is simple. I just run and shoot backwards. The Calamity mod did buff these bosses, and they do become stronger. As you can see, I did manage to die. But it's not that much of an upgrade, honestly. So yes, let's look at the winning attempt now. In which I of course used the same strategy, the same exact thing. But this time, instead of screwing it up horribly and getting hit by both of them at once, I only got hit by one of them. So improvements there. Kudos for me. I would like to say that the swords I would recommend are this Forbidden Catastrophe, Chaos Blade, I don't know its name, and the Caustic Edge. Other than that, I don't think any other weapons are really needed, since those two are plenty strong enough on its own. On their own, sorry. I do not know what comes next, but I am sure it will be fun. Oh, and it is, as it is the crafting of the Biome Blade. A weapon that will become extremely useful for us during almost the entirety of this run. It gets battered, broken, bruised, everything remade, reforged, unreforged. It just everything happens to it. And right now I did make its weakest form, which is for pre-hard mode, I'm pretty sure. But I will also upgrade it, and we used to defeat the following bosses as well. I would like to also say that I did acquire new armor. It's the Daedalus armor, and it is stronger than the one we used to have, the mollusk one. But I still use the mollusk one as a skin, because it's cool, okay? It looks cool. That's my only reason. But even though that is my only reason for keeping that skin of armor on, I do indeed upgrade my sword. And it is quite a substantial one, because it does indeed go from meh, even in pre-hard mode, I would believe. I never actually used it, you know, I totally forgot it existed, to pretty good and useful. As you can see, I look it up in the wiki, because I'm an idiot and I didn't actually remember how to make it. I do believe we should move on to the next boss fight now, because the best way to explain this weapon is either for you to look at the wiki yourself, or for me to demonstrate it during a boss fight. So, let us go, shall we? But, before that, I decided to make another new weapon, which is an upgrade of an old friend that we used to defeat the giant clam. Kind of failed to use. As you can see, I just used it right there. Basically, the upgrade is that it leaves behind those small swords that apply the Ichor debuff, which removes armor. You can also see currently on screen the farming arena that I used to acquire my Rod of Discord. And you may ask, why are we down here? There's a very simple reason for that. We are trying to gather enough materials for the hollowed armor, and the simple reason for why we can do that is because in the Calamity mod, once all the mechanical bosses have been defeated, hollowed armor starts to spawn as an ore. I mean, not the entire set, just its ore. So, yes, I confused myself a little, sorry for that. But I do believe that that is our last piece of preparation before the next big battle, which I don't know who that will be, but I sure hope it's someone challenging. Oh, and it sure is. It's one of my favorite boss fights with some of the best music ever. The Aquatic Scourge. I love this guy. He's great. Just such great music. I do not remember if I actually managed to beat him on this first attempt, but let's be honest with ourselves. This guy is an early hard mode boss, one that you could fight as your first, and I decide to fight it after all three mechanical bosses with weapons way above his grade. So I should be able to beat him pretty easily. Regardless, I use a standard 3 platform setup without a third platform because I'm a legend at this game, and just use the swords that I got. Not the biome sword because I realized that I suck at using it, and that also I just didn't think it was very strong. So mainly I used the Chaos Blade, or whatever its name was, and the good old Ichor leaving huge sword. So yes, I'm going to leave you with the full length boss fight now. Now, I would like to say that this was a momentous occasion, because I managed to record the full boss fight. We have to treasure these, everyone. We have to treasure them.